Back at the Eagles Nest, Eau Claire Memorial High School. This is the final game of Thursday's action at the Eau Claire Memorial Shoot-Up. This figures to be a good one. Madison Memorial versus Eau Claire Memorial. The Spartans come to town with a 3-5 overall record. They are 3-3 in the Big 8 Conference. Eau Claire Memorial 7-1, 4-0 in the Big Rivers Conference. They are the first place team in the BRC, and they are ranked 5th in the Zaleski Sports Division I poll. Memorial versus Memorial. Bob Radovich, Dave Sparger with you here from the Eagles Nest. Spargs, even though you were a longtime coach and teacher here at Eau Claire Memorial, you were telling me that you got your coaching start and teaching start at Madison Memorial High School when you were down at the University of Wisconsin.
Yeah, I just got done finished playing down there and actually had an opportunity to go do my student teaching at Madison Memorial. That was back 36 years ago, but yeah, had an opportunity to coach down there with coaching football with the legendary Wally Shesso, and then had a chance to do my student teaching at Madison Memorial. So it was fond memories of being back down there with the green and white, but now I've changed it over to the Eau Claire Memorial team for 35 years.
Starting lineup being introduced right now for Madison Memorial, wearing the green jerseys. Darian Burt, he's a 5'10 senior. Ian Wishoff, 5'10 junior. Caleb Ligon, 6'5 sophomore, leading scorer on the team, averaging 11.8 points. Abe Dykstra, 6'4 junior, 6.4 points per game. And Ezra Ligon, twin brother of Caleb, 6'5 sophomore, averaging 7.5 points per game. For the Old Abes of Eau Claire Memorial, wearing the white jerseys today, Elliot Height, 6'5 senior, averaging 4.3 points per game. Julius Clark, 6' junior, 14.1 points per game. Bryce Hetke, 6'1 junior, 6 points per game. Leading scorer Cooper Jesperson, 6'3 junior, 22.7 points per game. And Wesley Mboga, another junior, 6'4", who averages 13.1 points per game. Chad Brisky is the head coach of Eau Claire Memorial. The veteran Steve Collins, the head man for Madison Memorial. Sparks, you had a chance to talk to Coach Brisky earlier this week. What did he say about this specific matchup?
Yeah, I had a chance to talk to him tonight when I got here to the school, and we just talked a little bit about Madison Memorial, and he just talked about how it's don't let the record fool you. You know, that 3-5 we're going. They're 3-3 in a very, very tough Big Rivers. The Big 8 conference, but they're very athletic. He just talked about their athleticism and how they're going to have to take care of the ball, and they're going to have to make Madison Memorial shoot from the outside to beat you.
Abes win the tap. They work inside Mboga, rotate it far side now to Julius Clark. Bryce Hetke has it. Clark. Jesperson, long distance, three-pointer, got it.
Good start there for Cooper Jesperson. Funny, I even had a chance to talk to Coach Brisky a little bit about Cooper, and he just simply talked how he's getting used to being the guy. You know, he's being just that everybody knows where he is, everybody's watching and guarding him, and he's just got to adjust that now, and so he's getting used and getting comfortable to those situations.
Yeah, I played that complementary role as both a freshman and a sophomore, but now this is, the Abes kind of look to him to make things going. Inbounds to Darian Burt. Picks up the dribble. Finds Caleb Ligon. Wishoff. Now Ligon inside to twin brother Ezra Ligon for two.
Yeah, good cut right there by Ezra through the paint.
Eau Claire Memorial on top, 3-2. The Old Abes have the basketball. Hetke on the wing. Back to Jesperson. Hetke will try a three-pointer. That rims out. Mboga had a hand on it, but it's tracked down by Ezra Ligon.
Old Abe's kind of stuck on one side offensively there. See if they can get more of a ball movement, get it swung side to side.
Ian Wishoff operating on Clark. Dishes. Caleb Ligon off the glass.
Well, that's what they're trying to prevent, right, is that drive penetration. Right now, Spartans doing a good job getting it inside.
Jesperson, little floater, no, rebound, Wishoff. Ahead to Dykstra, taken away by Hetke.
Real good defense. Held his ground.
Hetke to Jesperson. Back out to Clark. You've got Ezra Ligon matched up on Cooper Jesperson.
Coach Brisky calling out a set play here.
Julius Clark for three. Rebound, Caleb Ligon.
Clark had a good look off that set.
Madison Memorial with the ball in a 1-point lead. Abe Dykstra up top. Over to Ian Wishoff. Dykstra gives it up to Caleb Ligon. Guarded by his fellow number 11, Wesley Mboga. Dykstra in the lane. Turnaround. Got it. So a 6-0 run for Madison Memorial to answer that opening three by Cooper Jesperson. Mboga from distance. Dykstra pulls down the rebound. Teams match up reasonably well height-wise. Madison Memorial just a little longer at a couple key spots, especially with the Ligon twins. Tough shot in the lane by Burt. Abe's on the push. Down low is Hetke. And they clear it up top. Or to height, rather, and now Hetke. Jesperson. Got to be aware of him because he will launch from just about anywhere in the front court. That one rims out, though. Jesperson 1 of 2 from behind the arc in this game. Comes in averaging 38.1% on his three-point attempts. Taken away, Julius Clark.
Coach
Defense leading the offense.
Yeah, he was yelling for that foul at that steal. But a clean pick right there for Clark.
Julius Clark brings the A's within one. Burt with it. Knocked
Clark
away
again.
by Clark.
But he's going to pick up a foul this time.
Good aggressive defense by Julius Clark. But he will pick up the foul. It's the first foul this half on the Old Abes. Braden Taylor, number 12, is in for Madison Memorial. And Joseph Rodriguez is in as well. Spartans basketball leading by 1. Wishoff gives it up to Taylor. Back to Wishoff. Guarded by Hetke. Caleb Ligon gives it up. Ezra Ligon for 3.
Good looking shot out there on the perimeter for the left-hander.
4-point lead for the Spartans. Clark to Jesperson. Clark now to Hetke. Madison Memorial doing a good job on the closeouts. They know these Memorial players like to shoot the three. Jesperson, Mboga, but he's fouled by Ian Wishoff.
Yeah, good job by Taylor helping on the baseline, and he dished off to Mboga with a good cut. He'll go up and now he'll shoot 2.
Today's pregame show was brought to you by Asher Exteriors. Call Asher's for your free no obligation estimate at 888-GO-ASHER or visit goasher.com. That is goasher.com. Get off the ladder and get gutter helmet with Asher Lasting Exteriors. Trust the experts on your most valuable asset, your home. Give them a call today at 888-GO-ASHER. Mboga, 2 of 2 from the line. Backcourt pressure by the Abes. Madison Memorial leading by 2. Rodriguez bringing it up on Jesperson.
And he creates the turnover.
Rodriguez throws it away. Yeah, he got in the air before he had the plan of what he was going to do, and turnover will give it back to the Abes.
A real nice job defensively by Cooper Jesperson and Julius Clark there.
Abe Dykstra back in for Madison Memorial, as is Darian Burt, one of the starters. Eau Claire Memorial will have it, down by 2. Good crowd here tonight on a Thursday night in Eau Claire. See two really good programs going at it. Mboga backing in, but they're going to get him off on the offensive foul. Darian Burt taking the charge.
Yeah, he took that step into the paint there and created contact, and he went down, drew the foul.
Sophomore Ian Bauer checks in for Memorial. And boy, has he come on in this sophomore season. He's averaging 6.4 points per game, and he's shooting almost 70% from distance. Dykstra will try a corner three, and that's good.
Spartans coming out on hot on the offensive end.
Splashed back-to-back threes, and their lead is 5. Nearly knocked away. Hetke gets it back to Jesperson. Jesperson from distance. No, but Ian Bauer there for the rebound and the putback.
On cue, Bauer with a big play.
He just seems to be in the right place at the right time. He's got a little bit of a bounce. Good shooter. Still, getting used to playing at the varsity level, but he's giving him some positive minutes. Caleb Ligon. Strong move to the hoop. Spartans back up by 5. Hetke will pop from distance, and that's good.
That's crucial for the Old Aves right there. They've got to be able to knock down the 3 to stay in this tonight.
Hetke, his first points of the game, pulls the Aves within 2. Burt gives it up to Dykstra. Spartans turn it over. Aves get it ahead to Julius Clark. That's no good. Hetke the rebound. Blocked from behind by Dykstra. Spartans with Darian Burt. Driving. Tipped. Clark the rebound. Gives to Jesperson. Bauer. Hetke. Another three-pointer that rims out. But Hetke tracks down the long rebound. Jesperson.
Oh, great
down
look
low
at
Mboga. Second effort good.
Real good look inside.
We are back to even. First tie since it was 0-0. Got a good one going here from the Eagles' nest. Caleb Ligon on the drive, kind of lost the handle, gets it back. Tied up by Jesperson.
Yeah,
possession
good job,
arrow
Jesperson.
pointing the way of the Spartans.
Yeah, Ligon brought that down, which is a mistake with his height. Brought down, Jesperson ties him up.
Owen Gibson in for Eau Claire Memorial.
Ball is stable at the Spartans here.
Ezra Ligon back in for Madison Memorial, as is Ian Wishoff. Ezra Ligon kicked it out. Burt, here's a long distance shot. Dykstra, no good. Back quickly is Jesperson. Jesperson to the glass, and he gets fouled by Braden Taylor.
Nice little hesitation move there. That takes it up towards the glass, draws the foul. He'll shoot too.
Now is your chance to join the team at Blue Northern, hiring for drivers in Eau Claire and Sparta. Apply online today at BlueNorthernDistributing.com. Olympic Flame Restaurant in Eau Claire since 1980. Uncle Lampros brought homemade family recipes from Greece, and the tradition continues today at Olympic Flame Restaurant, Eau Claire's best kept secret. Olympic Flame Greek Restaurant on London Road. 1-2 for Jesperson. Habes lead by 1. Ezra Ligon up top. Abe Dykstra now. Ian Wishoff. Darian Burt now. Taylor inside Ezra Ligon. It was almost through the hands of Dykstra, but he collects it.
Abe's doing a much better job defensively now, cutting off those gaps so they can't penetrate.
Shamar Simmons has entered the game for Eau Claire Memorial. He wears number 5, guarding Wishoff there. Now Burt gets the high pick, looking for the roll, but Bauer cut that off. Burt, tough shot in the lane and a rebound pulled out of there by Gibson.
Yeah, nice board by Gibson, just went and got it.
Hetke, corner 3, rims out. Simmons tracks down the long rebound, out to Bauer. In the corner, Hetke, give and go. Bauer got caught underneath, plus Dykstra was there.
That's a travel before he could go up.
Got it back to Ezra Ligon as he was trying to get his steps to take that in. He shuffled him and gets called in the travel, so Old Abe's will have it, leading by 1 with 8:31 to go. For over 30 years, Coldwell Banker Bernizer Realtors has been the #1 home seller in northwestern Wisconsin with more than 70 realtors averaging over 15 years of experience per agent. Why turn anyplace else for realty in the Chippewa Valley? Call Coldwell Banker Bernizer Realtors. Simmons to Mboga. Gibson, and now Hetke. Whistle and a foul on the inside. You know, with the 3-person officiating crew, I think that gets called a lot more than it did back in the day.
Oh, absolutely. And about 2 years ago, that became a point of emphasis where they're really going to crack down on those moving screens and make guys be set. So it's going to be called more often. You've really got to make sure you're there and in position for those screens.
Wesley Mboga to the bench for Eau Claire Memorial. He's picked up 2 fouls. Rodriguez gives it up to Ezra Ligon. Ligon gets stripped.
Good strip right there by Clark.
Simmons picks up his dribble along the sideline. Knocked away and tipped out of bounds by Wishoff. Jesperson coming back in for Eau Claire Memorial. Ian Bauer back in as well. Hetke and Gibson will get a rest. Interesting lineup now for the Abes. You've got 4 perimeter players and Shamar Simmons.
Well, you got height actually in there now too, so really it's a height is your inside guy. Oh, nice move by Jesperson.
The floater, Shamar Simmons gives it up to Height for the bucket.
Great board by Simmons and seeing Height on the other side. Great play right there. Puts the Old Abes up by 3, their biggest lead.
Abes this year, they've been balanced in terms of scoring. They've been unselfish. The ball knocked off the knee of Ian Wishoff, and the Abes will get it back. Well, like Coach Brisky told you, Sparks, Abes are going to have to get some things done with their defense tonight.
Yeah, and you can see how they've really settled down defensively after the first couple minutes. Now they're making the Spartans really try to use their motion, and they just haven't been able to break down the Old Abes.
Jesperson won't get the roll. Height was there. Jesperson gets it back out to Clark. Elliott Height to Bauer. Now Simmons. Height to Bauer, cut off there by Caleb Ligon. They'll rotate it to the other side. Julius Clark on the drive, gets inside, but blocked by Dykstra. Ahead, Ezra Ligon. They're going to get Shamar Simmons on the foul.
This is what the Old Abes have to prevent, are these breakouts. You just can't let the Spartans take off and get 2-on-1, 3-on-2s in a full court set.
First foul on Shamar Simmons, 4th team foul on the Old Abes. The Rural Virtual Academy is an online tuition-free public school serving students pre-K through high school right here in Wisconsin. For more information, visit ruralvirtual.org. 2-2 at the line for Ligon. 17-16, Memorial with the ball in the lead. Julius Julius Clark to the hoop.
Oh, a little blow by, a little crossover. Crossover, take it to the rack.
Abe's have a lot of really good ball handlers. I think Clark's handle might be the best.
I would agree with you there.
He's just got that change of pace, and he's so good with the basketball. 6 minutes to go, first half. This game's been intense. There's good atmosphere here in the gym. Leggett stripped. Abe's on the floor with it. And a possession arrow pointing the way of Memorial.
I think Eau Claire Memorial actually knew that they would get the jump ball, so they were willing just to go ahead and cover that and tie it up, and they'll keep possession.
Marquardt Motors, your local Buick and GMC dealer, has the area's largest pre-owned and new vehicle inventory with new arrivals daily. View the inventory at marquardtmotors.com or stop in to talk to a friendly salaried sales consultant. Abe's with the ball up by 3. Clark, Heights, lost it in traffic. Rodriguez ahead to Burt. Far side, Taylor has it. Braden Taylor spinning in the lane, but he gets stripped on the way up. They will say it's a shooting foul.
Yeah, let's go against Julius Clark here. I do believe that'll be his second now.
So Clark with 2 fouls. And at the line is Braden Taylor, the 6'6 senior, averages 3.5 points per game. Owen Gibson back in for Eau Claire Memorial, and Ian Bauer back in as well. He'll get Shamar Simmons. Keep your home and valuables safe with SOS Security in Eau Claire. Protect against intruders, fires, water, and more for every room, every door, and every window. Place your trust in SOS Security. Second of 2 free throws for Taylor is good. Memorial, Eau Claire Memorial, with the ball and a 1-point lead. Hetke to Bauer. Now Bauer, check that. Also in is Caleb Yates. He wears number 13. Jesperson short on the 3, and it goes out of bounds. Good block out there by Darian Burt, keeping Jesperson from getting the basketball. Ian Wishoff and Abe Dykstra back in for Madison Memorial. Spartans ball down by 1. Under 5 minutes to go. Caleb Ligon to Darian Burt. Now Taylor. Looking for some back cuts there. Now Dykstra has it.
Well, this is what the old A's want to do, right? Force the Spartans to run their half-court offense.
Bird in traffic, kind of initiated the contact, but they're going to get the foul on Bryce Hetke.
Yeah, Hetke kind of came down with the hands late there. You're right. If he goes straight up, it was all Burt with the contact.
HS Fence is serving Wisconsin's commercial and residential fencing needs for the last 18 years. HS Fence specializing in chain link, vinyl, wood, and ornamental fencing. Get Culligan Water for only $9.95 a month for the first 3 months. Visit Sterling Culligan Water at CulliganH2O.com. Darian Burt, the 5'10 senior, looking to give his team a 1-point lead, and he does. Cooper Jesperson into the front court for the A's. Gives it back from Hetke. Jesperson going baseline, little floater's good.
Tough move down on the baseline. Got himself back out there for a good shot.
Cooper Jesperson, 6 points, gives the Old A's a 1-point lead. Under 4 minutes to go, first half. Wishoff back out to Burt. To cutting Dykstra, who brings it back out. Dykstra on the drive, gives it up. Taylor, the shot, no good. Rebound Gibson. Jesperson over to Hetke. He finds Bauer. Bauer up top, Gibson. Jesperson, three-pointer rattles around. They say it hit the shot clock, so out of bounds, and the Spartans will get the basketball. .3:18 to go, first half. It's been a good one. Eau Claire Memorial and Madison Memorial.
Yeah, no surprise here. We figured this one might come right down to the wire. Good.
Dykstra on the drive. He was able to get kind of on the hip of Caleb Yates, and then just got Yates a little bit up in the air. So the foul on Yates is his first, and it'll put Abe Dykstra, the 6'4 junior, on the line. 6.4 is what Dykstra averages per game for Madison Memorial. So Sparks, here's something. Since the Abes led by a score of 17-14, Madison Memorial has scored the next 6 points at the free throw line.
Well, they're knocking them down, so they're really making them pay off.
Jesperson, little floater. It may have been tipped. It was,
yes.
Shamar Simmons back in for Eau Claire Memorial. Caleb Yates will check out.
Coach Brisky's trying to keep him Boga on the bench now for the rest of this half as he's got 2 fouls. Trying to save him for the second half.
Jesperson thought about the three, dishes, Hetke, corner three, no. Going way up for that rebound is Wishoff. Dykstra on the far corner. Darian Burt. Got his man down, but instead throws it out. Caleb Ligon for three. It's no good. Hetke tracks down the long rebound. Hetke to Jesperson. Bird on the closeout. Back to Hetke. Now Gibson, Simmons, Jesperson. Three-pointer, yes!
That's a pretty one right there for Jesperson. The Old Abes are a good shooting three-point team, and that's only their third so far the first half. Just been a little consistent.
Jesperson now has 9 points. We're under 2 minutes to go. Old Abes by 2. Spartans looking to answer. Burt up top, guarded by Jesperson. Burt in the lane, little floater. Jesperson the rebound. Fires it to Hetke. Bauer, three-pointer. Ooh, that's way off. Jesperson, though, tracks it down. Back to Bauer! Who won't have it. Ian Wishoff will walk it across. Burt with it. Taking his time, finds Caleb Ligon. Now Ian Wishoff. Ezra Ligon. Back to Burt. We've got 1 minute to go. On the back cut, Caleb Ligon the finish.
Yeah, one of the few times they've burned the Old Abes on that. But a good back cut for the easy two.
And a nice pass by Ian Wishoff. Hetke to Shamar Simmons. Bauer, Gibson, Jesperson, long distance three-pointer, yes!
Left wide open, back-to-back threes. Coach Collins is
Coach
not
Collins
happy.
is just, that's 2 in a row now where the defense has dropped off of a great perimeter shooter. Old Abes by 3, Spartans have the basketball. Wishoff to Burt. Up top, Ligon. Wishoff. Spartans will play for a final shot. Wishoff, hesitation dribble. Knocked out of bounds by the Old Abes and Ian Bauer. Elliot Height will come back in for Memorial. 2.3 seconds left. Joseph Rodriguez wanted to check in, but
Yeah, he got a little excited off the bench.
Coach
He just
Collins
ran out
says,
there.
Joseph, you got to go to the scorer's table.
Don't forget to check in first
Yeah.
for me. Set play out of bounds here with 2.3.
Open look. Dykstra got it at the buzzer.
Elliott Height falls down and left him wide open, and he drains it.
Entertaining first half, and we're right back to even. Good first half. Neither team was able to really mount a good-sized lead. And Sparks, we've got a really good one going here at the half between Memorial and Eau Claire Memorial.
Yeah, just exactly what we were expecting. Two quality teams, and it was going to be tight. And boy, can't get any better than this. 27-27. Both teams had a little bit of a lead, but the other team always there to answer it.
Leading scorers in the first half, Cooper Jesperson has 12 for Eau Claire Memorial. And it's Abe Dykstra hitting that three right at the buzzer. He's got 10 for Madison Memorial. Sparks, I wouldn't expect a lot of adjustments either way. I just think that each team is doing kind of what they hope they could do in this game.
Yeah, Coach Collins out of Madison Memorial, he's going to press that you just cannot leave Jesperson alone. He'd rather have you switch and double team on him than leave him all alone. You can't make those mistakes to leave a guy like that unguarded. Memorial and Eau Claire Memorial, on the other hand, he's got to prevent those backdoor cuts. They've got to keep them, the Spartans making their shots from the perimeter if they're going to beat you.
At Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, whether you are a professional athlete, weekend warrior, or simply have an aching joint, rest assured that you will receive unsurpassed care delivered with compassion and respect. When you need it most, visit the sports medical experts at Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. We are all even. We are at the half. Game 3 of the Eau Claire Memorial Shootout. We've got a good one going here. Eau Claire Memorial and Madison Memorial all tied 27 apiece. We'll take an extended break here over the halftime. Be back with the second half in a bit. You are watching high school basketball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Spectrum Insurance.
Hip impingement and hip labral tears are common causes of hip and groin pain and are often the result of repetitive use from crouching sports or trauma. Today, we are visiting Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Dr. Carlson, a partner with Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, is in the forefront of using a newer procedure called hip arthroscopy, which allows minimally invasive access to a joint and treatments to problems never addressed before. Using hip arthroscopy, Dr. Carlson is able to repair tissue without dislocating the hip and without replacing it.
Hip arthroscopy is where a surgeon takes a camera on the end of a long wand, which we call a scope, and through a small poke hole incision in your skin, delivers that scope into a joint. In this particular case, we're talking about hip arthroscopy, where that scope would be put in the hip joint. The hip joint first has to be dislocated or the ball and socket pulled apart. When that's pulled apart, we can access the joint and look around and do the work we're talking about doing. Once inside the joint, through other portals, we call them, those poke holes that we use to access the joint, we can use other instruments, again on the end of a long wand, to perform the work inside the joint. Things like repairing the cartilage rim of the socket, called the labrum, fixing cartilage defects or problems on the head of the ball or the lining of the socket, repairing tissue around the hip, such as ligaments or capsule, repairing tendons that attach to the hip, or releasing them if need be, depending on the particular problem.
Dr. Carlson's goal is to eliminate the segment of untreated patients or patients with delayed treatment who have curable hip pathology, educating potential patients and their providers that these symptoms are not things they need to live with, or that they are not from their back or groin pulls or early arthritis. Few orthopedic surgeons are operating on hips through a scope because it is a newer and technically difficult surgery. Therefore, certain diagnoses may be missed by physicians not familiar with these newer treatment options.
Patients I see with hip joint pain that can be fixed and not just replaced can range from their mid-teens or younger teens to 50, 60 years old. In the past, patients who had labral tears in their hip were told that they may have some pre-arthritis or an early arthritic problem. They may be told that they were just prone to frequent groin pulls in the sport of their choice. And taking some time away from their sport, they may sometimes be able to return to the sport with just continued pain. And fortunately now, with our knowledge of the concept of labral tears and our ability to treat that problem, we can take people who are otherwise just waiting 20 years to undergo a hip replacement, or just feeling that they can't ever participate in that activity because they'll just keep getting groin pulls. We can take that person, we can make them better, we can fix their problem, we can bring them back to their sport, and allow them to continue to develop as an athlete or as a worker or whatever particular activity they're trying to do where that hip was affecting them.
Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine has been committed to the healthcare needs of patients in western Wisconsin for over 45 years. Their success and reputation as an outstanding orthopedic clinic can be attributed to the teamwork of their friendly, knowledgeable physicians and staff.
Here at Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, we have 12 partners, orthopedics, neurosurgery, non-operative spine, and foot and ankle. We really pride ourselves in listening closely to the patients and hearing what they're saying, spending a lot of time engaging in the conversation of what is really bothering that person.
After meeting with the patient, Dr. Carlson determined that his difficulties had all been related to painful hip impingement.
It was incredibly important for me to meet with a doctor that understood sports and athletics and kind of just how I wanted to continue that lifestyle instead of just kind of shutting it down. So meeting with someone like Dr. Carlson was incredibly important to me because he understood how I still wanted to be active after a surgery and still wanted to maintain my daily lifestyle.
While visiting with Dr. Carlson, we learned that he grew up skiing and continues to ski competitively across the country and also enjoys hunting, fishing, and hiking. He is passionate that his patients' goals are his goals. Whether it is getting them back to playing with their kids, working aggressively, or competing in sports, his patients are more active and enjoy their lives.
When I see those people so happy with themselves, so happy with their decision to have this fixed or to go through this process, as scary as it sometimes is, if you don't know what's on the other side, it's so satisfying for me.
Asher Lasting Exteriors is committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and outstanding customer service as Western Wisconsin's trusted gutter and gutter helmet experts. Our highly trained certified technicians can install gutter helmet onto new or existing gutters. Gutter helmet blends in beautifully with your home, can withstand the heaviest of rainfalls, and is backed by a lifetime transferable warranty. Save up to 20% with zero down and no interest or payments for up to 18 months with seamless gutters and gutter helmet. Brought to you by Asher Lasting Exteriors.
I think there are a lot of benefits to schooling our children from home. We get to spend a lot of time with them, and there are eureka moments like seeing them walk for the first time, or they figure something out and they're so excited about it.
The RVA really does work with each family to individualize each child's education to help them really succeed.
This is like the best thing in Wisconsin in terms of school.
For us, the RVA was our first and best choice of schools to choose.
We love the RVA.
At Marquardt Motors, we want our customers to experience the highest possible level of satisfaction. That's why we offer the largest selection of new and used vehicles at the lowest possible price. It's why we offer Saturday service, and we have our own body shop on site. I'm Dave Marquardt. I invite you to come experience the personal service we've worked for 50 years to achieve and will continue to improve on for many years to come.
Today's game is brought to you by Toyson Ford. Stop in at Toyson Ford to pick out your new ride. Come see why all your friends and neighbors say you'll find a friend at Toyson Ford. An SC Swiderski apartment or home is certain to be where you want to live, work, and play throughout the Chippewa Valley. No matter where you live, look to SC Swiderski to make you feel right at home. Wall-to-Wall Carpet One, located on East Hamilton Avenue in Eau Claire. Give Wall-to-Wall Carpet One a call at 715-598-4485. Since 2009, Momentum Baseball Academy has been leading baseball instruction in western Wisconsin. Momentum Baseball Academy, official partner of the Eau Claire Express.
Just when it seems life is smooth sailing, life happens. When it does, let Potter Agency help make all your insurance arrangements a breeze. Potter Agency is a local agency and will work to save you money. We have the best selection of insurance company products, and our dedicated agents will tailor your coverage to your needs. Give us a call or check out our website. When life is a little choppy, let Potter Agency help guide you to smoother waters.
Fleet Farm has everything you need for every season of life. From tending the vegetable garden season to planting 100 acres of crops season. Fleet Farm is your one-stop shop. Whether it's strawberry jam season, cook your walleye season, or his first set of wheels season. Fleet Farm is built for every season. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
Blue Northern Distributing of Eau Claire, Wisconsin is a local family-owned business and has been distributing products in western Wisconsin for over 20 years. Our friendly truck drivers are extensively trained to be the best in the industry.
Because it's a really good family-oriented company.
Blue Northern distributes milk and dairy products to many schools and businesses. Right now, we are seeking qualified Class A truck drivers to join our fleet. Apply today at BlueNorthernDistributing.com.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
they, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed.
It's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
We are back at the Eagles Nest final game of the day in this Eau Claire Memorial shootout. We got a good one. Boys basketball, Eau Claire Memorial, Madison Memorial, all tied up, 27 apiece. Cooper Jesperson leading the Old Abes with 12 points. Abe Dykstra, 10 for Madison Memorial. Bob Radovich, Dave Sparger with here from the Eagles Nest. And Spargs, kind of what we expected tonight. What are you thinking may happen in the second half in terms of strategy and how each of these teams is going to try to approach things?
Well, I think you mentioned it right before half. There's really not a lot of adjustments that are going to be probably made through this. It's just a matter of Eau Claire Memorial forcing the Spartans to not penetrate, to not get scoring on those backdoor cuts, but actually force them to try to knock down that outside shot. For the Old Abes, it's continue with trying to knock down that shot. They are a good perimeter shooting team, so if they can get off from the perimeter, they should be all right. But again, that comes with some penetration and dish. And again, at least now they're going to get Wesley and Menboga back in. And we talked about right before the break, at least you and I, about a fact that they played that last 8 minutes of the first out without Wesley and Menboga, and were able to at least keep it tied, so it'll be helpful for the Old Abes to get him back in there.
Yeah, I think it's a bonus, and you could see the offense, and they got some good looks, but it just doesn't flow as well without Mboga out there. So, again, it's fouls. It just kind of happens in a lot of basketball games, something you got to monitor as you go. So Madison Memorial will have the basketball coming out of the break. Tied at 27 apiece. Ian Wishoff. Looks like the Abes maybe have gone zone here, Spartans.
They did. That went 1-2-2. Use Elliott Height on top with that extra length. And the Spartans throw it away right away to start.
And to make matters worse, right in front of their bench and head coach Steve Collins.
He had a great reaction there, didn't he?
He took 3 steps, sat down on the chair, and put his head in his hands. Again, if you're a coach long enough, you've been through just about everything. Julius Clark on the drive. There's the right hand, countered in the foul.
There again, his quickness going to the hole. Got Caleb Ligon behind him. Was able to make the hoop and draw the foul.
For Caleb Ligon, that is his first foul. Julius Clark. 6 points for the Old Abes, looking to make it 7. There, rims out. And Elliott Height trying to save it, but he stepped on the end line. So Madison Memorial will have the basketball. Trailing by 2. Full court pressure applied by the Abes. Near steal in Boga.
Good job recovery there for the old Abes.
Darian Burt into the lane. No. Height had a hand on it. Jesperson picks it up. Jesperson on the drive. Lefty layup is good.
Couple of nice drive by the old Abe guards there, taking it to the glass.
4-point lead, Eau Claire Memorial. Far side, Ezra Ligon. Looking for his twin brother Caleb on that cut. Instead, Wishoff, mid-range jumper. Ball knocked around, and they say last touch by the old Abes. So Caleb Ligon will throw it in for Madison Memorial. Spartans get it inbounds. Dykstra. Now Ezra Ligon. Dykstra over to Caleb Ligon. Darian Burt kicks it out. Ezra Ligon. Another mid-range jumper by Wishoff. Offensive rebound. Spartans. Mboga challenging. Was able to get a little piece of it without committing the foul. Jesperson has it knocked away by Wishoff, who had a heck of an effort to try to keep that one in bounds. So Jesperson to throw it in. Gets it back.
Actually,
Hedke,
right there.
Hedke, Jairus Jesperson. Mboga offensive rebound, knocked away. Height backing in, and they're going to get the offensive foul as Darian Burt holding his ground.
Yeah, that was the only chance Burt had to defend that one. Simply stand his ground and take that pop as he spun in.
Elliot Height picks up his first foul. It's the second team foul this half on the Abes. Wishoff keeps the dribble alive.
Got
now
double teamed, he's in trouble.
Boxed in. And Steve Collins will take a 30-second timeout. We will step aside as well. You are watching high school basketball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Spectrum Insurance.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Eau Claire Memorial with the first 4 points here in the second half. Madison Memorial's got the basketball down by 4. Darian Burt picks up the dribble, clears to Caleb Ligon. And a steal, Wesley Mboga.
Old Abe stayed in that 1-2-2 zone there. Got another turnover off it.
Clark up top, Hedke. Jesperson, little floater. Spartan's got a piece of it. Quickly in the front court comes Ligon, but he can't finish.
And Hedke gets shoved out of bounds on that rebound.
Well, Ezra Ligon came into the front court with a full head of steam, and he just was trying to get his steps underneath him, and as a result, didn't really get a good, clean handle on the ball. Old Abe's with it, up by 4. Jesperson got another one.
I think the Spartans were trying to run a matchup zone that time, and sure enough, Jesperson on the weak side finds himself open for another good look.
Jesperson up to 17 points. Backcourt pressure. Spartans turn it over. Mboga to Hedke. He will slow it down. Old Abe's by 7, and there's a foul up top.
Yeah, an easy call right there.
Caleb Ligon picks up the personal foul. Joseph Rodriguez, number 10, and Braden Taylor, number 12, back in for Madison Memorial. Spartans have not scored in this second half. Here's Jesperson. Back rim, no. Rodriguez. And it's a turnover. Ezra Ligon trying to save it. He wasn't able to do it, so.
It looked like he did. It looked like he got rid of it before he stepped out of bounds, but officials called it otherwise.
So Eau Claire Memorial with the ball leading by 7.
Well, and again, that just shows you why the Spartans have not scored this second half. Too many turnovers.
Height to Mboga.
Spartans are in that zone.
Hetke to Jesperson. Jesperson, Mboga, kick out, Height. Hetke in the corner, Julius Clark, three-pointer, no. Rebound tapped around, Elliott Height.
Good aggressive move back up for Height.
A 9-0 run to start the second half for Eau Claire Memorial.
I don't think a zone's going to bother Eau Claire Memorial. I just think they've got enough of that three-point shooter action out there to drain a few of them.
And it looks like the Abes are, well, I think they're staying back in either a matchup zone. Ezra Ligon, no. Julius Clark way up for the rebound. Jesperson to Hetke, back to Jesperson. Right, they're going to get a foul down low, and that's going to go on Madison Memorial.
Yeah, Elliott coming across the paint there, got bodied as he went across, took a tumble. He looks like he'll be just fine.
Bryce Hetke to throw it in for the Old Abes. They loop it into Jesperson. He and Hetke play catch. Height on the baseline. Now Clark. Jesperson tried to throw it off of Ezra Ligon, but wasn't able to do so. So now Madison Memorial down by 9. Looking to cut into this lead. Dykstra up top. Ian Wishoff with it. They dump it down.
Good pass.
Ezra Ligon the finish. So Madison Memorial, about a 6-minute drought, but they're on the board here in the second half, and they cut the lead to 7. Jesperson, Elliott Height in traffic, no. Mboga, no. Abes get it to Clark. He'll put up the floater. Clark hits the deck, and he will head to the line.
Good job by Clark drawing the foul right there. I was going to say he's probably better off staying behind the arc and shooting it instead of going into that traffic, but he went in hard, drew the contact.
Foul goes on Abe Dykstra. That is his first. Staub Construction is a premier builder of municipal and industrial water and wastewater treatment systems in the Midwest. Staub Construction, a 100% employee-owned company. Caleb Ligon, Darian Burke back in for Madison Memorial. Ian Bauer and Caleb Yates in for the Old Abes. 2-2, Julius Clark. Again, more backcourt pressure by Eau Claire Memorial. And a steal, Julius Clark! Oh my goodness! Steal and a reverse layup, that's highlight worthy.
Comes a good double team. Oh, he fights through it.
Burt gets it to Braden Taylor, who's able to put it in.
Strength right there from Burt to get through that double team.
And they're going to get the offensive foul on the Old Abes. And that's going to go on Wesley Mboga setting that screen. So Mboga will check out. Shamar Simmons back in. Simmons gave him some good minutes in that first half. not the scorer that Wesley Mboga is. Mboga comes in averaging 13.1 points per game.
Yeah, Brisky didn't argue that call right there, but boy, I really didn't like it, to be honest. I thought the defender was just fighting over the top of it so hard. Well, Brisky's going to argue this one. He likes that hook as he was driving.
Yeah, that was one where there was some contact on the drive, but yeah, it was.
That's that call we saw last game.
It was Joseph Rodriguez,
yeah.
was hooking him and kind of pushing the defender backwards. So Spartans have it down by 9, under 12 minutes to go. Rodriguez from outside, that's way off. Saved, though, by the Spartans. They'll reset with Burt. Now Taylor looking for help. Finds the cutting. Ligon, but it's taken away. Hetke into the front court. Hetke, Jesperson, three-pointer, rims out.
Oh, that was
nice
a good
rebound,
look.
Taylor. He starts the break the other way. Leaves it for Burt. Little floater, no. Battle for the rebound. Shamar Simmons has it. Gets it to Yates. Yates to Jesperson, back to Yates. Jesperson on the drive.
Oh,
nice
good look.
pass and the finish, Ian Bauer.
Boy, we talk so much about Cooper Jesperson scoring and shooting, but I tell you what, you watch this young man play, does he see the floor?
Yeah.
What a great job of passing the basketball.
Facilitator right there, beautiful dish. Old Abe's by 11. On the drive. Ligon, contact.
Going to get Shamar Simmons before the charge.
So Jesperson picks up the foul. That is his second. Fourth team foul on the Old Abes, and it puts Ezra Ligon at the line. Ezra Ligon with 9 points, make it 10. Enjoy the benefits of business banking at Security Financial Bank with several options to fit your business. Learn more about business banking at sfbank.com. 2-2, that trip for Ezra Ligon. He is doing his part to keep the Spartans in this. He now has 11 points. Ezra Ligon and twin brother Caleb, just sophomores. Be interesting to watch how those two develop over the next couple of years.
Yeah, a pair of good athletes right there. It'll be fun to watch. Spartans in a 1-3-1 zone now. Looking to trap out of it. Oh, that's going to be a steal.
Cross-court pass picked off by Dykstra. He throws it down.
Well, it's exactly what that 1-3-1 zone is intended to do. Trap up high, look for that skip pass and steal it. Exactly what Dykstra did, and he threw it down.
Abe Dykstra's had two really good highlights. There's another steal. Ligon, another dunk. Spartans within 5. Old Abe's will take a timeout. It's a full timeout. We'll be back in 60 seconds. You're watching high school basketball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Spectrum Insurance.
Security needs to be at the top of the list when it comes to your family, home, and lifestyle. Our focus is providing your family with peace of mind by offering state-of-the-art systems that blend convenience and security into one. It all starts with our security system, which lets you add control of lights, door locks, thermostats, and more. You can control all of them with your touchscreen keypad or your mobile phone. With this state-of-the-art system, home control can be adjusted to your lifestyle automatically.
It's state-of-the-art security that fits into your lifestyle and your life. Give us a call today to learn more.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Eau Claire Memorial leading Madison Memorial 42-37, but the Spartans of Madison Memorial on a 6-0 run after the Abes had opened up an 11-point lead. It was tied 27 all at halftime. Cooper Jesperson back in for Eau Claire Memorial, gets it to Julius Clark. Elliott Height poked away. Height gets on the floor. It's a held ball, possession arrow pointing the way of the Old Abes. What we saw early in this half, Sparks, when the Abes went to that 1-2-2 zone, it kind of threw Madison Memorial for a loop. Madison Memorial has countered with the 1-3-1 these last couple trips, and it seems like the Old Abes have had some issues on how to attack it.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got to just settle down here and run their zone attack and get a good look.
Jesperson to Elliott Height on the baseline. They loop it up top to Julius Clark. Gets it knocked away. And a layup for Ian Wishoff. The run continues for Madison Memorial.
3 consecutive turnovers off it. And again, that traditional 1-3-1 now with Caleb Ligon on top.
A 10-2 run for Madison Memorial, and now a turnover on the Old Abes.
Yeah, Bryce Kent got going before he got the ball down to get out of that trap. So another turnover for the Old Abes.
Dykstra with it. Guarded by Jesperson. Wesley Mboga getting set to check back in for Eau Claire Memorial. Burt picks up the dribble, gets it to Wishoff. Burt up top. Dykstra thought about the three. Had a three to tie it right before the break. Wishoff operating on Clark. Taylor gives it up to Burt. Inside Wishoff. He gets the bucket. It's now a 12-2 run for Madison Memorial, and the Spartans have pulled within one. Jesperson for three, got it!
That's the answer they needed from about 30 from Jesperson. He was way out there.
Jesperson has 20 points. That was a long distance three and nothing but net. Spartans with the ball down by 4.
Old Abes needed that to stop the run.
Burt down low. It seemed that Burt was going to put up the shot, and then all of a sudden he saw Ian Wishoff had kind of snuck down low and instead gave him the basketball.
Yeah, I think Wishoff was the only one who saw that coming.
So Wishoff to the line. His team trails by 4. Wishoff has got 4 points. That's where he'll stay. Castle Insurance, based in Eau Claire, is your local independent insurance provider. For all your insurance needs, you can depend on Castle Insurance. Wesley Mboga back in for Eau Claire Memorial. Owen Gibson also back in.
Yeah, the Old Abes going a little smaller lineup, but obviously a lot better ball handling out there now.
1 or 2 for Wishoff. Makes it a 3-point game. Old Abes with the basketball and the lead with 7:44 left. Boy, this has been a good one, Sparks.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Spartans here now changing up their look again. 2-3, 1-3-1. They just kind of keep mixing it up, keep the Old Abes off balance.
Inside, Mboga won't get the finish. Mboga gets it back.
Good hustle by Mboga.
Mboga at 6'4" is what you call a quick jumper.
Absolutely.
He elevates so quickly, and he's got just a good nose for the basketball. He just knows his positioning really well. And he tried the lob to Clark. And now a run out, Rodriguez. He got it blocked. And then Caleb Ligon gets fouled by Bryce Hetke. Braden Taylor will check back in for Madison Memorial.
Check that foul. There's a discussion here about who's this on.
In the meantime, Taylor will check in for Caleb Ligon.
They're saying that's on Mboga. The Old Abe's are disputing that.
And an offensive foul.
Yeah, Cooper Jesperson draw that one against Ezra Ligon.
So Shamar Simmons will check out, and Mboga heads right back to the bench.
Yeah, the Old Abe's wanted that last foul to be on Hedke and not Mboga.
Old Abe's basketball leading by 3. Gibson swings it. Jesperson, corner 3. No good. Rodriguez tracks down the ball, taken away by Jesperson. Mid-range shot, no. Saved by Hedke to Simmons.
Oh, great
Julius Clark counted in the foul.
Wow, you talk about pass on the rock. Great job by Shamar Simmons, a little touch pass.
That was something to behold.
Definitely can hit the highlight reel with that one.
I'm going to give a shout out to my News 18 sports colleague, Nick Tabbert, who just happens to be stationed on that end of the floor, where he's picked up some great highlights. Clark, no good on the free throw. Ball tracked down by Abe Dykstra. Nick is also down there talking to the Old Abe's dance coach, who happens to be his wife. Ezra Ligon pulls the Spartans within 3. Jesperson to Bauer. To Shamar Simmons. Somehow gets it to Jesperson, and that three-pointer is good.
Yeah, if Jesperson get hot down stretch, the Old Abe could pull away.
How about those last 2 assists for Shamar Simmons?
Yeah, just great looks, making a nice open pass.
Ezra Ligon. Hoop won't have it. Ball batted around. Simmons tracks it down. 6 minutes to go. This has been a good one. Jesperson picks up the dribble. Clark, corner 3, no good. Rebound, Ezra Ligon. Back to Taylor, now Dykstra. Spartans with it down by 6. Ligon, reverse layup, no. Gets it back. He'll go to the line to shoot a pair.
This one will be on Bryce Hedke.
So Hedke, that is his second foul. The Dolman Insurance Agency provides business, home, auto, and farm insurance throughout the Chippewa Valley. Contact Eric Knudsen in Elk Mound or Wayne Dahlman in Eau Claire. Dahlman Insurance. Come for the rates, stay for the service. Elliott Height back in for Eau Claire Memorial. Shamar Simmons gets a nice ovation coming out.
Great minutes out of Shamar Simmons, no doubt about it. But again, when you go that small, they kind of beat you up on those boards, and that's what they were doing. So they go a little taller here, bringing Elliott Height back in at 6'5".
2-2 for Ezra Ligon to pull his team within 4. Ezra Ligon, 15 points for the Spartans. Height has it. Back to Hedke. Three-pointer at rims off. Ball tracked down by Clark, but they're going to get the Abes on a foul. And they're going to get Julius Clark on the foul, and that's 4 on Julius Clark. So with that, Shamar Simmons will get ready to check in.
Yeah, Julius Clark's come by the official and said, why is it me? You sure?
And now Chad Brisky is going to talk to the official as well.
Yeah, really, when you saw it in action, I thought it was on Elliott Height coming over the back of that guy, not even Julius Clark involved.
Free throw good by Braden Taylor. And the Spartans have done a really nice job shooting free throws, especially in the second half, and that's part of the reason they've been able to cut what was a double-digit deficit down to the 2 points where it stands right now.
Some crucial minutes right here for the Old A's as they got Mboga and Clark sitting on the bench.
Bauer gets fouled. Yeah, you look at this 5 that's on the floor right now. You got Jesperson, you know, he can score. Hetke is a solid performer. And then I think you're just kind of hoping that the rest of the guys can just kind of do what they're capable of doing and try to keep this thing, just try to hold on to this lead and just try to milk it the best you can. And then you get, Clark and Mboga back for those final couple minutes.
I think you try to get to that 3-minute mark, and then you come back in with your starters.
2 clutch free throws for Ian Bauer.
Old is back in that zone.
Ian Bauer with 6 points for Eau Claire Memorial. Wishoff, Ezra Ligon inside.
That's a travel.
And they're going to get steps.
Yeah, he just tripped over feet that were inside. That's not a foul. He simply tripped over feet inside.
Steve Collins, Madison Memorial, wants a timeout. We'll step aside as well. You are watching high school basketball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Spectrum Insurance.
Today's game is brought to you by, for any size and occasion, look your best and stop at Muldoon's Menswear in Eau Claire. Muldoon's Menswear on South Hastings Drive in Eau Claire. Castle Insurance of Eau Claire is your independent insurance agent, providing coverage catered to your needs. That's Castle Insurance in Eau Claire. Are you an athlete ready to have the competitive edge? Are you looking to be your best and have the competitive edge at your job? Contact Vince at Athletic Wellness today. For over 30 years, Coldwell Banker Bernizer Realtors has been the #1 home seller in northern Wisconsin. For realty in the Chippewa Valley, call Coldwell Banker Bernizer Realtors today. Today's game is brought to you by Apple Weight Loss Chiropractic Care is more than just making the pain disappear. It's about learning, understanding, and taking care of your body to improve your quality of life with Apple Weight Loss. Whether buying or selling, home, recreation, commercial, no matter your budget, find the listings at DonnellanOnline.com. Franson Bank and Trust has a team of experienced bankers that will provide a vast array of loan products tailored to your situation. Franson Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Eau Claire Memorial leading Madison Memorial 52-48, 4:52 remaining in the final game, day 1 of this Eau Claire Memorial shootout. Eau Claire Memorial girls got it started with a win over DC Everest. Oh, Jesperson got it blocked, but we get a whistle. And that is not a popular call with anybody wearing green.
Especially because it's on Caleb Ligon. That'd be his 4th.
It is. Caleb Ligon with 4. So you got some key players in foul trouble. Caleb Ligon with 4 for Madison Memorial. Julius Clark, Wesley Mboga, 4 each for Eau Claire Memorial. And it puts Cooper Jesperson at the line.
Important here now for the Old Apes to knock down these free throws down the stretch. Could really stretch out this lead.
Darian Burt back in for Madison Memorial, one of the starters. But with Caleb Ligon going out, you're losing some size.
Yeah, he won't be out long.
Now, did they say that Cooper Jesperson was in process of shooting a 3?
Yep, he was. He was behind the arc.
All right. That's why we have 2 sets of eyes up here, Sparks. 26 points now for Cooper Jesperson. Old Abe's lead 55-48. Can Madison Memorial make another run? On the drive, Ligon, no. Whistle and a foul.
Yeah, he just kind of went in there out of control, and they're going to get him in a bailout foul here. He was just kind of standing there. That's where the Old Abe's have got to step in and take that charge and be more assertive on getting there.
In and out for Ezra Ligon. Ezra Ligon with 15 points. 1 of 2 at the line. Old Abe's with the basketball and a 6-point lead. Jesperson from distance.
Oh my, what a Spartans won it off the shot clock. They're complaining that it went up off the shot clock, but I don't think it did. I think it hit the top edge of the backboard, but it did not go to the shot clock. So a big 3 right there.
9-point lead for Eau Claire Memorial. Yeah, I'm with you, Sparks. I don't think it caught the shot clock. It was just at the top of that basketball, and then losing it out of bounds is Braden Taylor. Steve Collins, Madison Memorial head coach, still wants an explanation on that Jesperson 3.
Yeah, I think all the officials would have to do is turn him and say, listen, hit the top edge. It never went up and over. Sometimes just a little explanation helps.
Jesperson leaves it for Bauer. Now Shamar Simmons. Bryce Hetke, double team there.
And we're going to use the timeout for the Old Abe's here.
All right, timeout on the floor, 3:30 to go. Old Abe's leading 58-49. It's a full timeout. We'll be back in a bit. You're watching high school basketball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Spectrum Insurance.
At Marquardt Motors, we want our customers to experience the highest possible level of satisfaction. That's why we offer the largest selection of new and used vehicles at the lowest possible price. It's why we offer Saturday service, and we have our own body shop on site. I'm Dave Marquardt. I invite you to come experience the personal service we've worked for 50 years to achieve and will continue to improve on for many years to come.
Exteriors is committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and outstanding customer service as Western Wisconsin's trusted gutter and gutter helmet experts. Our highly trained certified technicians can install gutter helmet onto new or existing gutters. Gutter helmet blends in beautifully with your home, can withstand the heaviest of rainfalls, and is backed by a lifetime transferable warranty. Save up to 20% with zero down and no interest or payments for up to 18 months with seamless gutters and gutter helmet.
All right, Eau Claire Memorial with the basketball and a 58-49 lead. 3:25 left in the second half. Jesperson picks up the dribble, clears to Hetke, and a quick timeout taken by Chad Brisky. It's a 30-second timeout, so we will be back in just a bit. You're watching high school basketball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Spectrum Insurance.
I think there are a lot of benefits to schooling our children from home. We get to spend a lot of time with them, and there are eureka moments like seeing them walk for the first time, or they figure something out and they're so excited about it.
The RVA really does work with each family to individualize each child's education to help them really succeed.
This is like the best thing in Wisconsin in terms of school.
For us, the RVA was our first and best choice of schools to choose.
All right, Eau Claire Memorial basketball coming out of that timeout, leading 58-49. Jesperson picks up the dribble. Over to Ian Bauer, who's double teamed. Jesperson, three-pointer, it's short. Mboga, rebound. Abe's track it down with Hetke.
Good
Jesperson
decision.
to Mboga. Wesley Mboga finds Bauer, three-pointer. It rims out. Battle for the rebound. Out of bounds. Abe's will keep it.
Great hustle for the Old Abe's, getting that offensive board, keeping it alive, just winning the battle underneath.
Julius Clark back in for Eau Claire Memorial. So you got Julius Clark with 4, Wesley Mboga with 4, both on the court for Eau Claire Memorial.
Yeah, I figured they would once we hit that 3-minute mark.
Hetke,
they're going to get a 5 out of bounds.
5-second violation. Chad Brisky's got 2 timeouts left. You could tell he really didn't want to take one in that situation. So now Spartans basketball, down by 9.
Old Abe staying in that zone.
Wishoff up top. Caleb Ligon, guarded by Clark. Kick out. Caleb Ligon for 3. Caleb Ligon up to 11 points. Pulls his team within 6. A little over 2 minutes left. Hetke, Simmons, Jesperson to Clark. Abe's could have had a couple threes there, but both Jesperson and Clark passed on him. These Abe's are going to run some clock with under 2 minutes to go.
He'll draw the foul
gets
there.
fouled.
And that'll be the 10th. They're already on 10, actually, at Spartans. So Imboga to shoot 2.
And that'll be the 5th foul on Caleb Ligon. So Caleb Ligon fouls out with 12 points.
Yeah, that's a big foul right there as he's leading them in three-point field goal percentages. He just drained one.
Joseph Rodriguez, the sophomore, back in for the Spartans. But with Caleb Ligon out, they lose some height, some rebounding. Abes have done a nice job from the free throw line here in the second half. Wesley Imboga, who's battled foul trouble tonight, is up to 5 points. Batted around, and last touch by the Abes.
They're going to talk about it here.
Oh, now
the
the
Abes really want that basketball.
Yeah, Julius Clark was emphatic.
And he's going to get overridden. Yeah, they're going to say out of bounds. Old Abes. Big possession right here for the Old Abes. 7-point lead.
And again, if you were wearing green, you're not real happy with that last call. But credit to the officials for getting together on that and for making a call. Bryce Hetke to throw it in for the Abes. To Julius Clark. Passes on the 3. Clark in traffic off the glass for 2.
Good job avoiding contact and not getting blocked.
Abes lead by 9.
They've gone back to man-to-man now to try to prevent that 3-point shot.
Rodriguez, no. Long rebound pulled down by Rodriguez. Clears to Dykstra. Minute 30 left. Dykstra on the drive. Gets the roll.
Move.
Steve Collins will take a 30-second timeout. We'll step aside as well. You are watching high school basketball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Spectrum Insurance.
At Marquardt Motors, we want our customers to experience the highest possible level of satisfaction. That's why we offer the largest selection of new and used vehicles at the lowest possible price. It's why we offer Saturday service, and we have our own body shop on site. I'm Dave Marquardt. I invite you to come experience the personal service we've worked for 50 years to achieve and will continue to improve on for many years to come.
All right, minute 24 remaining. Eau Claire Memorial leading Madison Memorial, 61-54. Old Abes will have the basketball coming out of that timeout. Spartans
are going to pick up full court here.
Yeah, they haven't done it up to this point, but need to do it now. They need to force some turnovers, and they're going to try to trap the Old Abes. Hetke finds Imboga. Ooh, to Jesperson. Dangerous pass, but the Abes come out of there with it. Wesley Imboga to the hoop.
Faked the pass to perimeter and saw it open up, took it right to the rack.
7 points for Wesley Imboga, and an important 2 points right there to give the Abes that 9-point lead. Rodriguez, no. Shamar Simmons the rebound.
Big rebound right there. Simmons again.
Hetke tied up in the back court. What's the call?
Got a foul on the Spartans here.
Foul goes on Braden Taylor. Will walk the other way to shoot some free throws.
That's it. Yeah, that's actually going to Abe Dykstra right there. Be his second.
Yep, 21, not 12. Abe Dykstra picks up the foul.
But again, a big play right there by Shamar Simmons. Boy, he's giving him really good minutes off the bench tonight.
Hetke has 3 points tonight.
Yeah, he drained a 3 early in the game and just hasn't found the scorebook again.
Aiden John, number 25, is checked in for Madison Memorial. He's a 6'3 senior. Bryce Hetke 0 for 2.
That's unusual.
Door is still open. Rodriguez in the corner. Ezra Ligon gives it up. Dykstra, step back three-pointer. It's no good. And a rebound to Hetke.
He's got to use his dribble to get out of trouble. There we go.
Gets it to Jesperson, to Imboga.
And he gets fouled.
And Imboga will go to the line with 32.9 seconds remaining.
Aiden John will get himself in the scorebook as he draws the foul.
So to the line, Wesley Mboga. 7 points. Again, had to sit a fair amount due to foul trouble.
Well, they have now missed 3 in a row at the free throw line.
Yeah, they had been doing such a good job in the second half.
Yeah, it's a good thing they've got that 9-point cushion.
You wonder if fatigue is kind of settling in a little bit because these teams have really gotten after it tonight.
Yeah, and the Spartans come back and play again tomorrow.
Yeah, they have to play a really rugged Hortonville team, and that'll be our first game of the day. Hope you can join us for 3 games tomorrow on Zaleski Sports.
Coach Collins clearing his bench for the last 33 seconds.
Well, and if you remember, Matt Hintz, the Hortonville head coach, talking after that earlier game tonight about just what the experience is that you come here to Eau Claire, you travel, you get on the bus, you got some bonding time on the bus, you stay in a hotel, you go out to eat. It's trying to get you ready for what may happen come tournament time. Nice step through move there.
Yeah, it's a great way to get on a road trip, and like you said, that team bonding, spend a lot of time together in a hotel and out to eat. So really good for the guys.
Jesperson clears to Clark, who will dribble out the final few seconds of this run. Eau Claire Memorial with the win, 63-56 over Madison Memorial. A well-played game that was tied 27 all at the half, but it's the Old A's getting the win by a score of 63-56. Cooper Jesperson, 29 points for the Old A's. Ezra Ligon, 16. Caleb Ligon, 12 for the Spartans. Sparks, the Abes, the difference in this one, in my opinion, was that run coming out of the break, that 9-0 run, and they were able to kind of hold on to that lead the rest of the way.
Yeah, they came out in the second half and ran that 1-2-2 zone and made the Spartans turn over quite a bit, and they were able to transition and get some looks in that, and they jumped out that quick 11-point lead early in the second half, and then the Spartans came back with a little bit of a run to cut it down to 1, but that takes a lot of energy to come back and cut that lead down, and once the Old A's settled down and took care of the basketball, again, they came back and made the shots they needed to make and got that lead back out where they were comfortable and finished it off with a 7-point victory tonight.
Madison Memorial drops to 3-6. They will be back in action right here on this court tomorrow when they face Hortonville. Next game after that, Thursday, January 4th at Janesville Craig. Eau Claire Memorial will be off for the next week, and they will be in action on Friday, January 5th, when they travel to face Menominee. So a solid win for the Old Abes, who are now 8-1 overall. Madison Memorial drops to 3-6. Coming up next, the postgame show brought to you by Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Rely on the experience of our sports medicine team when you experience any sports-related injury or issue. You can count on proper diagnosis and customized treatment plan to meet your goals. Their orthopedic surgeons and our athletic trainers serve your athlete in Eau Claire, Chippewa Falls, and western Wisconsin. That is coming up next. You are watching high school basketball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Spectrum Insurance.
Hip impingement and hip labral tears are common causes of hip and groin pain and are often the result of repetitive use from crouching sports or trauma. Today, we are visiting Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Dr. Carlson, a partner with Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, is in the forefront of using a newer procedure called hip arthroscopy, which allows minimally invasive access to a joint and treatments to problems never addressed before. Using hip arthroscopy, Dr. Carlson is able to repair tissue without dislocating the hip and without replacing it.
Hip arthroscopy is where a surgeon takes a camera on the end of a long wand, which we call a scope, and through a small poke hole incision in your skin, delivers that scope into a joint. In this particular case, we're talking about hip arthroscopy, where that scope would be put in the hip joint. The hip joint first has to be dislocated or the ball and socket pulled apart. When that's pulled apart, we can access the joint and look around and do the work we're talking about doing. Once inside the joint, through other portals, we call them, those poke holes that we use to access the joint, We can use other instruments, again on the end of a long wand, to perform the work inside the joint. Things like repairing the cartilage rim of the socket, called a labrum, fixing cartilage defects or problems on the head of the ball or the lining of the socket, repairing tissue around the hip, such as ligaments or capsule, repairing tendons that attach to the hip, or releasing them if need be, depending on the particular problem.
Dr. Carlson's goal is to eliminate the segment of untreated patients or patients with delayed treatment who have curable hip pathology, educating potential patients and their providers that these symptoms are not things they need to live with, or that they are not from their back or groin pulls or early arthritis. Few orthopedic surgeons are operating on hips through a scope because it is a newer and technically difficult surgery. Therefore, certain diagnoses may be missed by physicians not familiar with these newer treatment options.
Patients I see with hip joint pain that can be fixed and not just replaced can range from their mid-teens or younger teens to 50, 60 years old. In the past, patients who had labral tears in their hip were told that they may have some pre-arthritis or an early arthritic problem. They may be told that they were just prone to frequent groin pulls in the sport of their choice. And taking some time away from their sport, they may sometimes be able to return to the sport with just continued pain. And fortunately now, with our knowledge of the concept of labral tears and our ability to treat that problem, we can take people who are otherwise just waiting 20 years to undergo a hip replacement, or just feeling that they can't ever participate in that activity because they'll just keep getting groin pulls. We can take that person, we can make them better, we can fix their problem, we can bring them back to their sport, and allow them to continue to develop as an athlete or as a worker or whatever particular activity they're trying to do where that hip was affecting them.
Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine has been committed to the healthcare needs of patients in western Wisconsin for over 45 years. Their success and reputation as an outstanding orthopedic clinic can be attributed to the teamwork of their friendly, knowledgeable physicians and staff.
Here at Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, we have 12 partners: orthopedics, neurosurgery, non-operative spine, and foot and ankle. We really pride ourselves in listening closely to the patients and hearing what they're saying, spending a lot of time engaging in the conversation of what is really bothering that person.
After meeting with the patient, Dr. Carlson determined that his difficulties had all been related to painful hip impingement.
It was incredibly important for me to meet with a doctor that understood sports and athletics and kind of just how I wanted to continue that lifestyle instead of just kind of shutting it down. So meeting with someone like Dr. Carlson was incredibly important to me because he understood how I still wanted to be active after a surgery and still wanted to maintain my daily lifestyle.
While visiting with Dr. Carlson, we learned that he grew up skiing and continues to ski competitively across the country and also enjoys hunting, fishing, and hiking. He is passionate that his patients' goals are his goals. Whether it is getting them back to playing with their kids, working aggressively, or competing in sports, his patients are more active and enjoy their lives.
When I see those people so happy with themselves, so happy with their decision to have this fixed or to go through this process, as scary as it sometimes is, if you don't know what's on the other side, it's so satisfying for me.
Asher Lasting Exteriors is committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and outstanding customer service as Western Wisconsin's trusted gutter and gutter helmet experts. Our highly trained certified technicians can install gutter helmet onto new or existing gutters. Gutter helmet blends in beautifully with your home, can withstand the heaviest of rainfalls, and is backed by a lifetime transferable warranty. Save up to 20% with zero down and no interest or payments for up to 18 months with seamless gutters and gutter helmet. Brought to you by Asher Lasting Exteriors.
I think there are a lot of benefits to schooling our children from home. We get to spend a lot of time with them, and there are eureka moments like seeing them walk for the first time, or they figure something out and they're so excited about it.
The RVA really does work with each family to individualize each child's education to help them really succeed.
This is like the best thing in Wisconsin in terms of school.
For us, the RVA was our first and best choice of schools to choose.
We love the RVA.
Today's game is brought to you by Toyson Ford. Stop in at Toyson Ford to pick out your new ride. Come see why all your friends and neighbors say you'll find a friend at Toyson Ford. An SC Swiderski apartment or home is certain to be where you want to live, work, and play throughout the Chippewa Valley. No matter where you live, look to SC Swiderski to make you feel right at home. Wall-to-Wall Carpet One, located on East Hamilton Avenue in Eau Claire. Give Wall-to-Wall Carpet One a call at 715-598-4485. Since 2009, Momentum Baseball Academy has been leading baseball instruction in western Wisconsin. Momentum Baseball Academy, official partner of the Eau Claire Express.
Just when it seems life is smooth sailing, life happens. When it does, let Potter Agency help make all your insurance arrangements a breeze. Potter Agency is a local agency and will work to save you money. We have the best selection of insurance company products, and our dedicated agents will tailor your coverage to your needs. Give us a call or check out our website. When life is a little choppy, let Potter Agency help guide you to smoother waters.
Fleet Farm has everything you need for every season of life. From tending the vegetable garden season to planting 100 acres of crops season. Fleet Farm is your one-stop shop. Whether it's strawberry jam season, cook your walleye season, or his first set of wheels season. Fleet Farm is built for every season. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
All right, welcome back to the Eagles Nest, joined by Cooper Jesperson of the Old Aves and head coach Chad Brisky. Chad, we'll start with you. Madison Memorial athletic team, a well-coached team, but you guys were able to pull out the win. I thought that 9-0 run coming out of halftime was big for you guys. How did you assess things?
Yeah, I thought we got a lot more aggressive in the second half. We started attacking the rim a lot more. You could kind of see it as we started going to the rim. They picked up some foul trouble along the way, and our guys just had a much better mindset in the second half in terms of attacking and not being so passive in reading. So kudos to our guys at halftime of just making the adjustment of competing. And our guys, we're pretty good when we compete at a high level, so it was good to see.
Your depth also was a factor. You had Julius Clark in some foul trouble, Wesley Mboga in some foul trouble, but you got solid minutes from the other guys.
Yeah, you know, we preach, be ready for your moment. And tonight, you know, one guy that I'd like to point out, Caleb Yates, has been playing a lot of JV basketball. He played on both sides of the half tonight and did really well, and he was ready for his moment. So it's a kudos to these guys in terms of being ready to play and how they prep and practice to be able to play at a high level when they come in the game. We don't get through this game without the depth of our program, and that's one of the kind of calling cards we've had the last few years. It's nice to see that torch still being passed on.
You get a little time before you go to Menominee on January 5th. What's the focus going to be for your guys moving forward?
Yeah, I think, you know, we got to get a little crisper in our execution. There's just a few things when we're trying to call some certain actions and things like that. Like, we can't have the oops, my mistake at this point. We're moving into that second third of the season where we're kind of past the learning phase. We're trying to perfect some of the things we're trying to do. So I know on the offensive end, just becoming a little bit better and a little crisper, trying to be execute at a higher level. And then defensively, the communication level, when we communicate at a high level, we're pretty good. And when we kind of lose that focus on that end, teams can kind of take advantage of us. So learning how to kind of compete at a consistently high level, communicating on the defensive end, that's always going to continue to be a stress for us.
Chad, we appreciate it. We'll see you down the road.
Thanks a lot, Bob. We appreciate you.
All right, we'll turn it over to Cooper Jesperson. One of those nights where, hey, you're leading the charge in terms of the scoring column, but you had a lot of guys contributing in this win tonight.
Yeah, obviously I can't do it all by myself. My teammates are great. I couldn't ask for any better teammates. And yeah, they really stepped up tonight.
Madison Memorial, a lot of length, a lot of athleticism. What was the talk at halftime when this was a tie game?
The talk was, I feel like we came out a little bit not as competitive as we need to be, and so basically he just wanted us to fire it up in the second half.
How big is that basket look when you're spotting up from behind the arc and you've got that little opening and you know that ball's going up?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's always nice to put in the reps and see that rim every day in practice, and it feels good every time I put it up.
This is your last game of 2023. The calendar will flip to 24 next week. What does this team want to accomplish, and what do you guys want to focus on in these next couple of weeks? Because January is when it starts getting kind of real, you know what I mean? Where all of a sudden the conference races start shaping up, and every team is going to want to be peaking at the right time. For the old Abes, what's that going to be over this next month?
Yeah, number one is taking care of our bodies. I think we had a 2-week period where we have 6 games, and just number one, taking care of our bodies, and every day we got to get better. I think that's the biggest part. Another big part, just getting better every day.
Cooper, we appreciate it. Congratulations on the win tonight, and we'll see you down the road. So that's going to do it from the Eagles Nest. For my color commentator, Dave Sparger, I'm Bob Radovich saying goodnight. Don't forget, day 2 of the Eau Claire Memorial Shootout begins tomorrow. We'll have 3 more games for you right here on Zaleski Sports. Have a good rest of the night, everybody.
My name's Cooper, and I'm in the house.